I just wanted to do a voiceover and let you guys know to go check out Liddy God Gaming. These are his 2 thumbnails for some of his videos on his channel. And now I'm going to go ahead and let you guys see some snippets of his content. Make sure to go check him out and always support y'all friends as well. Let this be a prime example.
Open up.
Oh, niggas want smoke. Get the fuck out my motherfucking Ah! Big stupid ass. Died like she on Family Guy. Ugly.
I hate this nigga so much, bro.
Come on, man. Why it gotta be me?
Oh, man, why it gotta be me?
Hey y'all, welcome to the Mental Odyssey podcast. I am your host, Kiara Cherie, and I have a co-host here with me. I'm going to let him introduce himself. That's the OG Casey right there, but I'm gonna let him do it.
What's good, man? You know what I'm saying? It's Liddy God Gaming. You know what I'm saying? YouTube channel gonna be right here. I make gameplay with bad words, so I hope you down for that.
So the topics that we got is a couple different topics. We're both, discussed them or whatever. But the title of this video, as you guys are going to see, it is mistakes to stop in your early 20s because it is a time of acceptance and to find inner peace within yourself. Okay. So the first one we're gonna talk about is you have to stop expecting others to do things for you. Because I feel like everybody at a certain point in their life, we're so used to, like, for example, parents doing everything for us. So we're just naturally stuck to the fact of, okay, well, that's how I was brought up. So I'm automatically assuming that somebody in some sort of way is going to help me in every aspect that I may need. But I think in a certain point in your life, you have to find a level of independence to the point where you can start doing things on your own. Because without forming a level of independence for yourself, you're going to always be begging everybody to do other things for you. And you're just going to be stuck like Chuck because at the end of the day, nobody owes you shit. They don't owe you nothing. So you're just going to be sitting there dumbfounded when you realize the reality of life. But that's just how I feel. How you feel?
What I feel about it, what I feel about what I really feel about how people is like you say, everybody's raised differently. You know, I was raised by a single mother. She basically just, I wouldn't even say she told me. It was just basically watching her go through her everyday struggles and dealing with stuff left and right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta think to yourself, like, you don't want to go through that.
Right.
And I know that lady would tell me in front of my face, like, everything that she did for me or did for herself wasn't like given. Everything was earned. Like,
Mm-hmm.
late nights, hard work, praying, everything. Like, she
Right.
was stuff behind. So I knew when I get out the house, it was like, it's not going to be easy for me. It's never going to be easy for me. Like,
Right.
it gets to a point where, like, hand you stuff gets old,
Mm-hmm.
Like, we hand stuff to babies. We
Yep.
don't hand stuff to people that are capable to wipe their own behind or take a shower on their own or brush their own teeth or do anything but on their own. Because, like, at
Exactly.
that point, when you're in your early 20s, you're at the age you really need to learn about yourself. Like,
You
you really
do.
need to learn about who you are, what do you want to do with yourself, what do you want to do with the people that's around you, everything. That is the perfect age to find that out. Because if you don't
Mm-hmm.
find it out there, you ain't going to never find it out. And you're not
Right.
going to find it out when you're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, because around that time, it's going to be too late.
It is gonna be too late. You're gonna be so far into your life that it's gonna be like, well, now you even more stuck because you beyond grown. You're not a young adult no more. You're beyond grown to the point where you're supposed to have your shit figured out. But I feel like, heavy on what you said, your 20s is basically where you're supposed to figure your shit out. You're supposed to figure out what you want to do, what you want to do for a career, who you want to have in your life, who you don't. And I feel like a lot of people kind of like graze that over, like, oh, I already got friends, I already got this going for me. My mom, and that's why I was like, everybody is brought up differently, but it gets to a certain point. Like, for example, because a lot of people ain't feel like what I say. Some people will live with their parents until they are like 30 years old. Okay. Now, I got 2 opinions on this. One, do not rush yourself to struggle. The real world will kick your ass. Life be lifing. But 2, that's wrong in the same breath for you to be 30 damn years old. Your mama probably still paying the bills and taking care of you, and you have nothing of your own. But like I said, don't rush yourself to go into the real world because the real world is no joke. It is hard. It really is. So I definitely feel you on what you said because your 20s is where you're supposed to be figuring your shit out. So
I feel like, I feel like a lot of people, the reason why they won't leave, like, their parents' house, in a sense, is because they're sometimes scared of failing out there.
yeah,
It
that's
gets
also true.
You know, especially with us. You know, I know you've heard a lot of people being like, you know, they get raised like, man, once you're 18, you're out of the house, and this, that, and the third. Now, I see a big problem in that because
Mm-hmm.
with the whole parents raising their children just because they're 18, they gotta get out. It's like, you know, they probably been raised like that, and this should be like a.
Right.
They need to hold that in a sense because I get it. Life is rough, and I want you to be dependent, but at the same time, whatever I'm trying to do, I would expect for my offspring. You know, I would expect for somebody like an offspring of mine to do better
Right.
than me. So if they go out in the world and they fail, yeah, they can come back anytime they want to. I don't want to just kick my child out or anything. I would rather them, you know, go out there if they experience stuff, and if they fail, they can come back and regroup themselves and go back. You don't fail and then you come back and
Right.
doing nothing, because now at that point it's like you're not even want to try to live a life for real. You don't want to try to be a better self than you was. I'm not finna sit up there and tell you what to do. And I want
Exactly.
a parent to sit up there and tell me to do everything for the rest of my life. I don't even like to my mama telling me what to do.
I hate when people tell me what to do because I'm like, I'm grown. I know what I'm doing. Shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But like if you're gonna tell me to do something or tell me, like, it gotta be something new. It gotta be something I'm interested in. Not something
Mm-hmm.
that like I've been taught like for the 18 years that I was living with my mama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me that, because now I'm gonna feel like you're just testing me in a sense.
Mm-hmm. And it do be feel like people be testing me because my patience is like I can't. And then like with some people, I think heavy on what you said, I kind of want to like shift a little bit, even though it's not like on our list, but like I hate when people try to tell you how to run your life or how to run something, but they've never been in your shoes specifically, or they're not on the path that you're on, or the determination you have, the self discipline. They're not on your level, but yet they're trying to dictate and tell you how to go about it. It's like if you've never been in a situation that I've been in or had the life that I had, you wouldn't understand why I grind so hard. Because people will always tell me personally, oh, you're always vlogging, you're always recording, you're always doing something, you're always live streaming this, that, and the third. I grew up in a household where like we get shit done. And at the end of the day, nobody gonna do it for me. So like if I want to put in the work and I want to be on a certain level like how I want to be, I got to put in the time. So when people or any situation really, like for example, when I had my own apartment or whatever, a couple months back, people would steady tell me like, oh, well, you need to do this, 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 and this, or when you go to the store, you don't buy this. I'm like, I only buy what I eat. I'm not going to spend my extra money with how high groceries are. I'm not about to spend no extra money on some shit that's just gonna go bad in the refrigerator because I'm not going to eat it. So like, don't tell me as a grown woman what I need to do when I know what I'm doing right now is perfectly fine with me. Like literally. So.
Like it's like this. Like basically what you're saying. It's like, you know, everybody want to be rich.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be rich. I want to be rich. You want to be rich.
Because everybody want to be successful. Who
Everybody
don't?
want to be successful, right? So who would you listen to? Would you listen to somebody that's not successful, or would you listen to the person that is successful? That's a,
Somebody that's successful. Should I would listen to somebody who has more life experience behind their belt rather than somebody who's in a lesser position than me. And I don't mean that with no disrespect, but like if you're not in a position to tell me what to do, you cannot tell me what to do.
I
Like I think
wouldn't
I saw a
say
quote like that on Instagram one time. It's like if you can tell me or teach me how to do something, teach me. But if you can't teach me how to do something, don't try to teach me.
I wouldn't
So
even say in a sense like, you know, like anybody that has more life experience, because even then you still got motherfuckers that's 30, 40 years old that still act there like they 18.
well, that's true, but I'm, like I'm talking about somebody who's like kind of been on my path and then is trying to like guide me. Like if you can guide me if you've been through it, you know what I'm talking about, and it's on a positive level of pure intentions. But if you're older than me, like for example, like my upbringing and stuff, if you older than me and you have no idea as to what I'm trying to do, no information on it, but you're trying to tell me how to dictate it, I'm not taking advice from you because even then you may be older, but you're still on a lower level than me.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for those who may be younger too. So that's how I feel on that one for sure. So I agree with you on that. The next topic,
Yeah.
shit, is breaking old habits and coming up with new healthy habits. I will let you start this one.
Well, bro, first of all, we gotta stop smoking crack. All right, no, for real. Um,
No, for real on what he said. So,
Yeah.
shit.
First of all, stop smoking crack.
Mm-hmm.
Get it together, bitch. All
Get
right.
it
Nah.
together, y'all.
So what I say about breaking old habits, in a sense, okay, make a list, make a goal list, write it on the wall. Like you want to
Vision
break out
boards
of
are
this,
good.
write it on the wall, and just put a checklist every time behind every time you did not do that certain thing that you didn't do. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
make a list of all your bad habits and just put a check every time you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Make a list of all the stuff that you're trying to learn new to break out of that shit. If you did it, make a checklist. A lot of things, what I've learned ever since I left my mom's house is usually when you write stuff down, it hits more different than you just saying it out loud. Because
Right.
you can say it and it's gonna come and go. But if you write it, it actually means something.
It
You took
do.
the time to write that out. And you got it in a place where you can probably wake up and be like, oh, okay, this is what I need to do today. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
like think about it like this. Would you go to Walmart without a list? Because
No.
what happens when you go to Walmart by yourself?
You gonna
You gonna
either
come in
end
for
up
one thing.
getting what you need plus more, or you gonna end up getting some stuff, but it's not everything that you needed. Plus probably
Exactly.
some more shit too.
So
So
that's why I think some people, I won't say everybody because bad people. But like my mama's a bad person when it comes to that. Like we'll go in there for I don't know where we come out there with a pair of like new socks for myself for school or whatever. I don't know
mm,
where that come from, but it just happens. But
right.
come down to the like, yeah, the writing stuff down, like, yeah, bro. It's just like once you write stuff down, it just hit different. And
Mm,
like it's gonna make more sense to you. It's gonna be like you need to, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep checking on it. You gotta set alarms, reminders. I mean,
right.
look, we got too much technology in the world to be, you know what I'm saying, not taking advantage of it instead of swiping up and down on social media all day.
Yup.
But to remind us to do this, to write down notes, to, daily motivational things, something like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All types of stuff. We don't take advantage of that type of part of our technology. We just take advantage of the entertainment part of technology, which
Mm-hmm.
does nothing but kills our brain for real.
You do. It fries it. Shit. Fries mine.
Yeah.
Just saying. But I guess with me, when it comes to breaking old habits and developing new habits, I feel you on what you said. Definitely coming up with a plan for yourself. Like, for example, if me and patience, like I just said earlier, come up with a way to get yourself on a level of where you can develop more patience. So, for example, YouTube, my goal is to hit 2,000 subscribers this year. Instead of saying I want to hit 2,000 subscribers within the next 30 days, which for some people it could be possible, but for some others it's not, because not everybody's journey is the same. But the point of what I'm saying is, okay, I want to hit 2,000 subs this year. That's allowing me more patience and also more time to stay consistent on what I'm doing, rather than rushing myself and saying I need to film this, I need to do that, I need to do this, oh that's not working, I need to do this. Because then all it's going to end up doing with me not having enough patience is it's just going to stress me the hell out. Long story short. So basically coming up with a plan, like Casey said, coming up with a routine, jotting shit down, journaling is really, really good as well. 10 out of 10 recommend that, because I definitely be doing that. But definitely, and I think breaking old habits, it can be hard, especially if it's something you used to, and especially if it's unhealthy. Like, old habits don't have to be behavioral or like physical, mentally, or emotionally. But like, it could also be like maybe drinking. Maybe somebody drinks too much and you don't realize how it's affecting your health. So, what you're trying to do is you're trying to break that old habit and say, instead of pouring this glass of whatever alcoholic liquid you decide to pour in there, I'm going to make me a fruit smoothie. Why? Because I know I'm craving something, but I want to be healthier. I want to take care of my body. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to break it off and do it with a healthy alternative. You feel me? Like, I know that healthy smoothie was random, but like, I like them shit. Some shit be good.
Type shit. Smoothies they pretty good when
They
they
be
good.
hitting for real, especially in the
Everything
morning.
very
Mm-hmm.
succulent. You feel me? Pause, but
Shut up.
type.
Shut up.
But no, what I'm saying. I feel what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
with those type of bad habits, like you got to find another way how to distract yourself in a
And
sense.
sometimes another thing, I want to say this as well, especially within the black community, I know it's hard with how we're like raising stuff on when it comes to getting help or resources dealing with substance abuse or alcohol abuse and, depression, whatever mental thing you may be going through. But also breaking the habit and understanding of, because that was migrated into your head, understanding that you're an adult now. So get the help that you need, get the resources that you need, because that's another good way to break a bad habit, is getting the help that you need, for sure. Living your life, because I feel like I'm gonna start this one for sure. I feel like because of how I was taught coming from being an only girl, it's always different with how girls are raised rather than boys. Because 9 times out of 10, nobody wants to admit it, but sons have more freedom than daughters do. But the baby comes home with the daughter, not the son, at the end of the day. And I've been told that all my life. So with that being said, I feel like when it's time to live your life, when I was finally out of my mother's house due to whatever circumstances took place, I was actually scared to do a lot of things. I was scared to smoke. I was scared to go out late. I was scared to drive out late. I was scared to be out past 8 p.m. because not only did it kind of make me more fearful of the world, but it also made me not want to really experience the world really. And another thing is like not talking to strangers, not talking to older men, not talking to men at all. Like it makes you, it shapes you into a different type of person, to the point where I was so sheltered and so quiet that I wasn't as outgoing and goofy as I am now. So when I say live your life, I mean start to do things that you may not have usually done. Like, for example, I really like reading, but because I was in school, the only thing I was reading was them damn textbooks. But I actually like to read. I like to write my own poems, and I like to write my own short stories. So with that being said, live your life by doing the things that you enjoy doing, hobbies, getting out more. For some people's New Year's resolution, it might have been starting to work out or starting to go out more, starting to do more things outside of the crib, because a lot of people are introverts. And I feel like after COVID, nobody really got out anymore and everybody's communication went down the hill. Like literally. Like before COVID, yeah, communication was iffy, but like me personally with my family, like we would have, barbecues, family gatherings, this, that, and the third. And I get that it's a disease, so like it made that little distance thing a thing. But what I'm saying is after COVID, nobody ate dinner together. Everybody wants to go to their room and have their own space. Nobody really talks to each other anymore. Like if I was asked to do something, instead of telling me to come to her room to do it, I get a text message or a FaceTime call. Like those are things that we got to work on. Like don't let one life huge thing affect you from don't let a life thing affect you from living your life to the full capability the full capability that you're able to get to and the standard you're able to get to. That's what I feel like when I'm saying live your life. But I will let you go in and talk your shit.
All right, so yeah, so living your life to the fullest. I'm gonna just say it like this: if you want to throw
Right.
that ass in a circle, do it,
Always.
bitch. I'm playing, but nah,
Hands on your knees. Take that ass to
nah. But
Turkey.
on some shit though, on some shit. So living your life to the fullest, I swear, that's probably the number one thing that I really didn't understand. My mama was telling me, like, when I was coming up. She like I never understood. I mean, I was in middle school, high school, couldn't go to a party or whatever, this
Right.
and the third. She like, you know what? When you get out, when you turn 18 and you move out the house, you gonna experience all that. You gonna experience all that. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna experience all that. I want to experience it now. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I'm thinking
Right.
about it now. I'm not thinking about 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years later, or when I
Mm-hmm.
graduate or anything. I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, this is probably the
Right.
biggest party in town right now, and I want to go to it. I want to miss out because why? Because you seen something on TV,
Right.
lady, please. It happens all over the world, but no,
Right. And it's not gonna stop happening because the world
exactly,
gonna keep spinning.
which sucks, but it is what it is. So, with that being said, it's just like I understood what she said as soon as like what I'm saying, when I joined the military back in like 2017. And I got stationed in Japan. Now that out of country experience, like out of America experience, hit way different than just being in America. Like I was partying every weekend, every chance I got. Even when I went on deployments and we went on to like little port visits, going to visit these other different countries. Man, when I tell you I was out there going dummy, nuts, so crazy, stupid, out of my mind. I was going to crack. I don't know. Something like you couldn't tell me nothing. But all that stopped when I left. Like
Right.
at the time when I left, I came there when I was 18. I basically grew up and learned how to be an adult in Japan. And when I left, I had a whole different mindset when I was 21 years old. Like, I tell myself this every day. I say, if I can talk to my 18-year-old self right now, my 18-year-old self will probably be in the Hellcat, probably in the Corvette, Lamborghini, something. Because
Right.
the knowledge that I have now, that I wasn't understanding, that certain people was telling me, like my brother or anything, like, hey man, say you're brave. Nah, like, man, no, fuck that. I'm having
Right.
my life.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I started realizing that the last minute. And it came through, but when I look back at it, I'm just like, I could have had way more if I would have just did the right thing. But I'm
Yep.
not even. I don't even true about it. I just thank God, like I like had this time to experience, life like that. Like, I don't go out no more. Like I stay in the house. I do my
Mm-hmm.
work. I make my videos. You know, what I'm saying. By the way, go check out my recent video. But still,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I do what I can, because at the end of the day, I got goals that I want to achieve, and something that I want to build once I have my first child, which I want to
Right.
have a daughter, you know what I'm saying? And I know, and I was gonna get to it and stand on what you were saying about sons and daughters are raised differently. Yes, I do see a huge difference in that. But
Mm.
at the end of the day, it's kind of really depend on the parent in a sense.
Yeah.
Because the way how I want to raise my child, I want my child to know I was there.
Right.
I want my child to be as comfortable as possible with me. She can come for anything, ask me anything, like I want her to understand that her father's there.
Right.
I never had that privilege of saying that. Does it affect me now? No, it really doesn't. Like, I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
24, I did everything in the book the right way without a dad. So what's the difference is gonna be if I knew who he was now? This
Right.
no disrespect, but it's just this me as a person now. I had to learn it the hard way, and I made it the right way. So when I do have my first offspring, like I really want her to know, him or her. I hope it's
Right.
like I want them to know that I'm there. I want them to feel the presence that I'm there without even me being there physically. If they can be like, I can call my daddy right now. I can pick up the phone. What's up, baby girl? How you doing? Or baby boy, what's up with you? How you doing? How you living? I'm gonna teach them everything what they need to know. You know what I'm saying? Before
Mm-hmm.
get out, they do what they do outside of my crib. Because at the end of the day, once they turn 18, they gotta live their life.
They do. They
I'm
do.
I'm gonna protect them whether they like it or not. But when they turn 18, they gotta live their life just as much as they live their life. They gotta learn stuff. But they
Yep.
always know that I'm gonna be a phone call away if they got a question or they need help with something.
Right.
That's
Right.
how I'm gonna raise my children. So yes, I do see a difference in sons and daughters getting raised differently, because nobody, honestly, nobody don't want to hope for a daughter, or
Right.
you know, the sons get praised for being hoes, and the females get downplayed for being hoes, and all
Yep.
this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I want my daughter to be a hoe. Hell no,
Well,
I
right. Of course.
elbow this motherfucker, but
Not
no,
elbow.
yeah,
Shit.
I will
No,
stomp
it
her
might maybe
down
an
there.
uppercut, side shot.
I'm gonna
Mm.
rock bottom her ass through a table, but no,
Oh,
but
cause like, what you doing?
but
Why are you
even
doing that?
But even then, like, you know what I'm saying? I even want to teach my son, you know what I'm saying?
How you would raise your kids too. Because I feel like me as well, like whenever I do decide to settle down and have kids, I feel like I'm definitely on the same level as you. I feel like I do want my kids to be able to, one, be able to come to me about anything. And I mean any and every fucking thing in the book. You can talk to your mom. You can come to your mom. You don't need to be scared to come to your mom. And I also don't want my kid to end up being sneaky either, thinking they got to sneak out the house. You want to go somewhere, talk to me about it. Let me know where you're going to be at, what time you're going to get home. If you're going to be drinking, even though I don't want you to drink, I'd rather you call me so I can come get you than you get behind a wheel or somebody else that's been drinking and they get behind a wheel. Now, a lot of people may be biased about what I just said, but kids is going to do what kids want to do at the end of the day. So if my kid drink, yeah, they may get in trouble the next day. We going to have a talk about it though, because I want communication and honesty to be like top tier in my household, personally, when I have kids.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I had a son and a daughter, I actually wouldn't really treat them much differently. But at the same time, the daughter aspect, no, I don't want her out here doing things and degrading herself and not respecting herself the way that she should be respecting herself. But at the same time, it is your body. But I don't want you to like hurt yourself in a way. But I'm also not gonna like I don't know, like just how like I'm just not gonna be like overly strict is basically what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna respect my children enough that they know that they can respect their mom and come to me about anything. But you also not about to be out here acting a damn fool either. Long story short, we just not doing that. It's not on the agenda. It's not in the brick, and we're not doing that shit. But prioritizing you, your worth, and your goals. So, do you want to go ahead and start this one, or you want me to do it?
As a matter of fact, I do. Fuck you talking about? Anyway, so you said prioritizing yourself, your goals.
Yourself, your worth, and your goals.
Okay, start with yourself. I mean, bitch, it's you. The fuck, like,
Mm-hmm.
get right. But nah, like prioritizing yourself is like literally the number one thing you have to worry about because nobody's got not gonna know you better than you.
Right.
Nobody's not gonna take care of you better than you. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to prioritize yourself before anything. You got to make sure yourself is good before you take care of anybody in this world.
Right.
Like if you got yourself fucked up, then why in the fuck do you think you should help anybody else? And you're fucked up because now you're just passing negativity from yourself. And you
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Now, prioritizing, what's the next thing you said? Prioritizing?
Prioritizing your worth and your goals.
Yeah. Worth, just like it's, excuse me,
Oh,
just like the same thing with prioritizing yourself. Prioritizing your worth. It's like you gotta focus on yourself
mm-hmm.
110% every time.
Right.
Then before you can give that shit up. And like prioritizing your worth is also dealing with doing that shit in a relationship because the main thing what somebody don't want to do is waste their time during a relationship because
Right.
somebody disrespected them or shunned them out or all this other shit, like did them dirty. Like you don't want them to, you know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody
Yeah.
respecting you, knowing that you this, that, and the third. He or she make you feel like this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want that shit. So,
Right.
like you said, you gotta know. You need to know your worth, and you gotta prioritize yourself first before anything. Any man, woman, cat, dog, rat, whatever. You gotta do
Rat.
that. Yeah, it's a bunch of snitches. But anyway,
Go ahead.
prioritizing your goals. Look,
Right.
I'm gonna say it like this: life gets shorter and shorter every day.
Mm-hmm.
Life gets shorter and shorter every day. You don't know. One day you could be like, "Damn, I want to see if I can save $10,000 and give up on the shit." And the next day you like, or you give up.
Mm-hmm.
Prioritizing my goals, I see it like this. I see this picture of this man. There's two men. They're in the mines. They're mining for diamonds. One of them dig a hole, got this close to the diamonds. He walked away. Other person, tearing that shit up. He finna touch the diamonds for him. But you see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
He was this close.
And he just gave it all up.
You don't know how close you is to your goal once you start it. It might not look like the best right now, but if you keep going and keep trying, it's only a matter of time for you to turn a diamond to turn yourself into a diamond. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Right.
and a diamond in the rough, yeah, that shit.
There you go.
You
I
know
was
what I'm
actually
saying?
about to correct you and say that shit.
Diamond in the rough, like my shit, like with this YouTube shit, it's rough. It's hard.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard. It's not hard with the whole content creator thing. It's hard because I have a life behind this shit. I have to
Right.
maintain the house. I have a job. I'm still in the military. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta maintain my car. I got responsibilities that I gotta worry about. I have stuff that I have to worry about besides trying to figure out what video is gonna pop next. And it's not me just trying to figure out because the problem with a bunch of content creators nowadays is everybody trying to join the wave instead of create their own wave.
Exactly. Heavy on that part. Matter of
So,
fact, say that again for the bitches in the back.
oh, so bitch. Everybody be trying to join the wave, but they need to create their own wave. So that's
Per.
the thing.
Like
But
be your own trendsetter. Like I agree with what you said. I don't mean to cut you off, but on that level, be who you are. Because when it comes to your goals and shit, for real, like, I feel like, yeah, I'm starting backwards. But when it comes to your goals, I do want to say this. Like I said earlier, nobody is going to put in the work like you going to put in the work. And at the end of the day, I start to ask myself, before I go to bed, did you accomplish everything that you needed today to the point where if you did not wake up tomorrow, you would actually be satisfied? And sometimes the answer is hell no. Sometimes the answer is yes. And you got to think about it that way because you really don't know. And it's not like a depressing thing. It's because first of all, the world is changing so damn much, you really never know what can happen next. I mean, that can be with your health, that can be with your living situation. Like everything could go away in a matter of seconds for you. That's why that materialistic shit, it's cool for sure, but at the end of the day, are you happy with where you are at in life? Are you happy with the goals that you have accomplished? Are you happy with the goals that you do have set that you are trying to aim for? So I definitely feel that, but nobody's gonna get that shit done like you gonna get that shit done. Nobody knows you like you know you. So when it comes to prioritizing yourself, and when it comes to prioritizing your worth, it is going to take some time to understand your worth because of people's certain upbringing. Some people grew up rough. I'll keep it a buck. So, they naturally may be insecure, have a low self-esteem, dealing with their own mental issues, whatever the case may be. And that don't make you a bad person. That don't mean that you're not still valid. That don't mean you're not still worth it, because you are. But that also means that it's going to take you some more time to get to where you want to be. So when people are saying becoming him or becoming her, yeah, you can become him or become her. But it's going to take self-discipline, and it's going to take a long time. And it could take a short time for some people because, like I said, not everybody grew up rough. But it's going to take a certain amount of time for you to get to where you want to be. And that goes with yourself, that goes with your worth, and that goes with your goals. And that's what I got to say on that. Because, I mean, not even to keep it short, sweet, simple, but I feel like that's just the raw truth right there with that.
Mm-hmm.
So
But like I said, man, prioritizing your goals. Life's too short. You know
it
what I'm
is.
saying? And don't get like demotivated because whatever you plan or whatever you had a goal on didn't work the
Mm-hmm.
first time. Replan, reevaluate, and try it again. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with trying again with something you want to do. Hey, how many people you think failed in life?
And almost everybody, really. You got to fail before you can succeed.
Exactly. I don't feel like nobody ever passed first try and went by their business. Like even me in college, I failed a couple times in quizzes and stuff like that. But did I get discouraged? No, I was just like, maybe I need to study harder. Maybe I need
Right.
to read questions slowly. I need to do this. With YouTube, okay, one day I'm popping. One day I got, with my streaming stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like one day I got 7 people on this Friday, looking at my streams and stuff. Next thing you know, next week I probably only got 0, 1, or 2. Does that discourage me? No, because at the end of the day, it's just like I got to keep going. Whether if I had 0 people watching me, or if I had 1 person watching me,
Right.
at least I give that 1 person the best goddamn live stream in his fucking life. Because once it turns big and you not performing at a newer rate at that point, with all the shit, all that hard work that you did is just going to decline at that point.
Yep.
Because
Mm-hmm.
it's only just accomplishing your goal. It's also taking that shit and maintaining it.
Yep.
At this point in life, there's no goal where there's less like it's a check mark and it just stays a check mark. It should be a check mark and a line like right across from it, just describing every day since you accomplished that goal. So
Yep.
let's say, okay, I get 100,000 subscribers this year, right? Okay, that's off the check mark. But what am I doing to keep myself relevant? What am I doing?
Mm-hmm. How are you maintaining that goal? How are you going to keep it flourishing?
What am I doing to keep my supporters invested in me? What am I
Mm-hmm.
doing to keep myself invested into YouTube? Because I know there's people that don't like doing this stuff right no more.
Right.
There's YouTubers right now that's probably quitting
I
because,
know a couple actually.
yeah, either small YouTubers, hell, even big YouTubers. Shout out Moose Knuckle, but still, like they got real life stuff going on. So you gotta also, you know, think on what the fuck you about to do with these type of goals and stuff like that. This is
Mm-hmm.
anything. A college degree. Okay, you get a college degree, that's off the check mark. So what are you gonna do to maintain it? You wanna go back
Right.
to school to get a bachelor's, you wanna go back to school to get a master's, you wanna go get the dream job that you wanted, you think you're ready for that, you wanna go get some extracurriculum shit to add to your resume. What do you wanna do?
Exactly. And
This
that's
is
very important. That's very, very important. It
this is
really is.
real life shit. Like this is real life stuff that people our age should be thinking about while having fun, while
Yep.
figuring out themselves. This is, you know what I'm saying? I'm 24 years old. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm trying to do before 30 because at the end of the day, I'm trying to retire before at 40.
Hmm.
I want to go work. I want to be that rich. I want to be that, you know what I'm saying? Like that comfortable at that point in my life. Because at
Right.
40, I just want to chill and watch my kids graduate
I don't blame you. I don't
and
blame,
let
that's
them.
a good goal actually, first of all. Retiring by 40? Shit.
Yeah,
I
because
wish.
who's doing that?
Not many people, really.
Exactly.
Close out the podcast for y'all. Gang gang. All right, y'all.
Don't do that no more. Gang, gang. Thug laugh. Fuck, bro.
All right. Thank you guys for what the fuck? Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Mental Odyssey.
What the fuck for?
Because I messed up. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Mental Casey. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Mental Odyssey podcast. Make sure to like. Come on. Oh, why is that bulging vein right there? Oh God.
Bitch, I look like Vegeta.
Yoda. You look like Yoda. E.T. Head ass.
All right,
Okay.
close out, close out. I'm dead. I'm
It's
dead.
time. Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Mental Odyssey podcast. Make sure to check out Liddy God Gaming. I will also have his stuff linked in the description box, and his YouTube will also be tagged. I know y'all saw it already, so come on. And then make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time on the Mental Odyssey podcast.
Hey, tap in with me. Tap in. I
Tap
make
in.
you laugh on a bad rainy day. I
Yeah.
make look at me. I make you laugh
Oh.
on Bebo.
His eyes said crossroad.
All right, but yeah, appreciate you for having me here, man. You know what I'm saying? I just had to, throw away my little takes on the world and stuff. I mean, everybody on my side is always gonna see a goofy side of me, so this would be perfect for me to show the side that I want to be.
Of
Also,
course.
I would like to throw this in. I don't have fans. I have supporters. There's a
Yup.
difference. There's a huge difference between a fan and supporter. Okay, fans in this content creator thing. I don't believe that content creators have fans.
Right.
They have supporters. Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for them,
You
we
wouldn't be where you at.
wouldn't know where we at. So I
Yep.
have supporters. I don't have fans. I'm not a rapper. I'm a movie star. I'm just a man
You
behind the
could
camera.
be.
Huh?
You could be. Just saying.
Yeah, but I don't do Hollywood.
Okay. All
What
right.
fuck you talking about? This my Hollywood. You feel me?
Yeah.
I make my own scripts. I do what I want because at the end of the day, it comes from here. I'm the idealist.
Right.
This is me saying that I want to make my own wave, and this is what I
Mm-hmm.
want everybody else to do. Be your own wave. Don't join the wave. Be your own wave.
Always. For sure.
Make sure
All
y'all
right.
sub to the Mental Odyssey
Thank you.
podcast because she's hard, and this is hard. You will learn a lot in life. Make sure you sub to my channel. We do dumb shit while we play the game, whether that's me by myself or with my friends.
Yep. For sure. All right. I'm gonna seal the deal, y'all.